Truptiji, would you like to share a comment? And I know that you will be unrestrained when it comes to referring to the desert cults.
So when we talk about women and education, in ancient time, education was for everyone. Those who have read the Valmiki Ramayana will know very clearly that Mata Kaushalya had a daughter called Shanta, and she was very well educated. So was Mata Sitaji. All 32 Vidya that we call, different 32 subjects. She was expert in that. This is before her marriage to Lord Rama. She actually went out of Janakpuri. Her father said to her that go out in the world and learn what the common people are doing. Learn any other Vidya that you can have that you can't have from your guru. We look at Arundhati, we look at Lopamudra, and when we talk about mathematics, how many of you actually know Lalita? Lalita was the lady who was expert in Ankaganit or arithmetic. And this is in ancient times. We're not talking about last 1,000 years. Jhansi Ki Rani, the recent example that we all know, she was quite expert in all the arm vidya, armories, and everything else. Dancing, music, everything else. So we were not barred by learning all these things. And unfortunately, we had to change our ways. So giving vidya, giving education to girl child then went underground. And we still have got those traditions where many places, particularly in Rajasthan and certain part of Madhya Pradesh, that women have that tradition. And when you look at it, there is a temple in Rajasthan which has been in continuous practice over 5,000 years. And there the priest, the family, the girl child, and the man, they both learn about all the Vidyas. Now, when we come back to modern days, I have been so lucky to be raised in Sardar Patel University, the town where my father was a lecturer. And he did his master's in English first, and then he did his master's in history and Sanskrit. And that's where we had a chance to read quite a lots of stuff on the modern history. So when you look at the modern history, there is no, in modern history, the women were sort of like, there were lots of males in the first university in Madras, where my grandfather went to. But when I was studying in Sardar Patel University, almost more than half were the women teachers, and we looked at them as like our role models. In ancient time, women were initiated as well, as all of you know, with the Janoi. And modern times, we all forget that. We only understood that only the men wore the Janoi, which wasn't quite. And there are names for different kind of women who can have different kind of knowledge or studies. So coming back to modern times, when I came to England, I was quite surprised actually. Went to find a job, and the job center said to me that, "What is your education?" And I said, "I'm a bachelor in engineering. I have civil engineering." "What is that?" And they said to me that just go and learn typing and start finding an admin job. And I was so shocked. I thought, hang on a minute, I've come to London. This is in 1977. And these people are, the career center is telling me that even they don't know what civil engineering is. So it was quite lots of things that I've come across in my career where people look at a woman. Most of the people always thought that me being Indian woman or from Bharat or from Indian subcontinent, that I will be someone's secretary or I'll be someone's PA. And when you start talking about engineering, lots of other things, and they look at you and they still can't believe it. To the point that some men would actually say, from the host community, that I should be at home at the kitchen sink and not working at all, because that's my role is, and that's where the Indian women should be. They also believe, this is going back in 77, so some of you might not have experienced that society at all. They would actually say that, what is you're Hindu? Yeah, in your religion, you learn to be putting your hand on the fire because you have a sati system. And I thought, what is sati system? We never had a sati system. That was the Middle Ages, where women had to protect themselves from being abducted, from being taken into the harems. We had a system where we protected ourselves. We evolved a system where we didn't want to be slaves of other people. But that does not mean that it's inherent in us to be a sati. Because women in those days, in ancient times, actually become sadhvis. They gave up everything, even if they had families and husbands. After 75, they would walk off all the Maya, and they would join the Sangh, and they would walk to Kashi, and they would live the rest of their life in Kashi. So this is how colorful tapestry of our dharma is, and I think we should keep those colors of tapestry alive. Thank you.